to Ransome Authority. Unfiltered, unapologetic, rebuttals. I ain't taking no shorts. Let the show begin.
Hello, on this beautiful, cold Tuesday. So, I just stopped by, take a few minutes out of my day to address a few things. Last week, I dropped a video about my perspective of the Anton Daniels, Corey Holcomb situation. I said in that video, which you should check out, I said that the way that Anton handled the situation, one, he lost. Two, the way he reacted was like a female. And now that it's been a few days and all this information has come out, do you still feel the same way about Anton Daniels as you felt maybe 4 days ago? Do you not feel like his whole perspective is like fraudulent? I don't have nothing against Anton Daniels. You know, this is just me reacting to the information that has been put out. So, I received a comment, and the gentleman said that because Corey initiated the disrespect, that Anton had every right to come back with the SD.
What? What?
And I said back to the person that left the comment, as a man, would you allow another man to say anything about you SDing? And they wanted to argue with me that disrespect is disrespect. Okay. Here at the Ransome Authority, we don't sugarcoat. If something is SHIT, I'm not going to tell you that it's sugar. If you're expecting me to tell you that SHIT is sugar, you're in the wrong place.
You know you done bucked up. You know that, right?
These are my thoughts. And as a man, Anton should have he should have crashed out. Point blank, period. Why am I saying that? One, you paid a man to secure you. So that's 2 against 1 right there. Why is nobody saying anything about where was security when Corey got up and sat right in your lap? He sat there right in your lap. Where was security at? You had security in the building. You had security in the building. Where was the security? 2, I believe that Anton Daniels has told other men about they SD. That's why he felt comfortable with saying that. But he came across the wrong man to say the wrong things. And when you said it, you were surprised that the man reacted the way he did because you didn't say it to so many other individuals and they've done nothing. But I guarantee that if any other man, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time that you said it, got up in that grill, I guarantee you wouldn't have said what you said at the Corey Holcomb show, the 5150 show. I guarantee. But you felt safe. You felt safe to say to another man about SDing. Now you could say, oh, but he said you kissing a white man butt. If you are on the job, and you're excelling, and your coworkers say, man, you over there brown nosing. You brown nosing. What does brown nosing mean? You kissing butt. You're trying to show us up. You're kissing butt. Now, if you're on the job, you ain't gonna crash out because somebody said you brown nosing. But if them same people told you, oh man, you over there SDing, you SDing the boss. What? What? What you say? You got right then and there. Right then and there. It's what you talking about? You've disrespected my manhood. How can I continue on? How can I continue after you as a man just told me about me doing fellatio on another man? What? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, the respect as you being a man has been tested. Has been tested. Like, you said it to the man and then the man pressed you about it and told you say it again and I'm a react. This your one time. I'm saving you right now. But I guarantee if you say it again, you're not going to get the same reaction. That was fear when Anton raised up. Now, me personally, if I'm in somewhere and I done brought security, me and the security guard already know if I do this, you better be on alert. You better be on alert. When that man pressed up on him and got in his lap, security should have intervened. Now, because security didn't intervene, Anton got exposed for being soft. He never was going to do nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. You had nothing but opportunity when he walked up on you, when he sat down, when he told the woman, get out the way. You could have lit off on him right then and there. But let's just be real. Let's just be real. If Anton is an intellectual individual, right? He's smart. He's been able to use his vernacular. Why didn't he crush Corey intellectually? Why didn't he say, basically, you a house ninja that SD without using those derogatory terms? There is no way that Anton could have degraded Corey intellectually. No. He saw Corey was on some hood shit, and he wanted to be on some hood shit. But if you ain't ready for whatever comes after you being on the hood shit, why are you going to that realm? You're not a hood individual. You ain't ghetto. You ain't hood. You know, that's beneath you. That's what Anton feels like. So when you come and you say what you saying, like, oh, the disrespect. If Anton Daniels would have used his education to belittle Corey Holcomb intellectually, we wouldn't be having these conversations. Now, if you want to beat me up for saying words that you can't spell and understand, I can live with that. I can live with that. What I can't live with is that I thought I was going to be hood disrespectful, and then when the hood came, I tucked my tail and I waited until I was safe. I left Los Angeles and went back to Detroit, and then I decided I wanted to be He-Man. I want to start popping it off. That's why your family got brought into it. Now, had you just left it alone, but what did you go home and say? Oh, Corey, you a ho-ho. Corey, you this. Corey, you that. Corey, I smack shit out of you. This where I got this from. Stop it, bruh. Stop it. You gone. You already at home. Like, what? How can we take anything you saying sincerely, bruh? Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You had security. You should have whooped his ass. Like, let's just be real. Or you should have took a L. Like, what do you mean? Now you get home, you pop your gums. Now y'all mad because the man brought up his family. It's the art of war. Your family is fair game. You're mad because you got exposed that you having a little light thing on the side where you preaching all this, that, and the third. Ain't no man gonna raise my kid. I'm him. I'm perfect. I'm perfection. You ain't spit, brother. You ain't spit. You got a whole wife and a whole daughter at home. And you in LA with your light thing. You're in LA with your light thing. What was you thinking about the trauma and, pulling your daughter out of school and, having her have therapy? She ain't gonna need therapy for you being a dog? You cheating on her mama? I mean, that's not my business. But I'm saying you bringing up all these aspects, but you are the problem. You are the reason your baby will need therapy if she need it. You brought all this. Take accountability, brother. It ain't Corey. Corey just exposed your hand. If you was really playing chess, Corey wouldn't be ahead of you right now. But you wasn't playing chess. You was playing checkers. You must have wanted the world to know your name. Because you in the algorithm right now. You in the algorithm like crazy. So either this was a play for you and Corey to blow up together. Because nobody thought about that. But either it's that or you soft with a capital S. Like, it don't matter how much money you got. I mean, just because you got $1 million and another person got $1, does that mean you worth more? You're more of a man or more of a woman, or you're more of a human being than the person with $1? But the person with $1 might have all the heart. You might have got your $1 million because you sold your soul. So it's a difference. It's a difference. So we don't have no confusion. Okay? The disrespect was there. Was it okay for either side? No. It really was a bad depiction of black people. Because it goes to show that black people can't have a civil conversation and be able to use their vernacular and be able to have an educational back and forth. It got to get on some ghetto shit. So what is that? A bad depiction of black people. But nobody's talking about that. But if we really want to be honest, Anton lost. Why did he lose? One, you said you are beneath hood stuff, but yet you decided to lower your standards to get hood. And then when you lowered your standards to get hood, you wasn't expecting the reaction. So when the reaction threw you off, you were scared and scrambled. Why would you have to get up and you have security in the building to protect you? Help me to understand. I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't balling out of control where I got security. But best believe, if I'm paying you to protect me, when anybody gets within 6 feet of me, you better be on alert on their ass. I didn't see you throw no hand gestures to back off the security. Like, yo, no, we don't need you. I don't need you right now. I ain't see none of that. So was that even there? And because I got security, when you got up and sat in my lap and told me to say it again, not only would I said it again, I'm firing on you as soon as I'm saying it. You got to either whoop them or take the loss. You can't come back to the internet as a gangster and everybody showed you got punked out. You a grown man, though. The whole situation could have got handled differently. You decide to act like a female. Do female things. Talk about you about to sue because they put up your family. What about what you doing to your family? Maybe all this had to come out for you to be exposed that you're really not the man that you don't even wear a wedding ring, brother. You talk about your wife and your kids and how important they are to you and how you stand on business, but you don't even wear a wedding ring. And you supposed to be married. You definitely didn't have a wedding ring on during the interview when you had the woman there. I'm just saying, if you got skeletons in the closet, what you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? Like, the whole purpose of you having intellect is to be able to display it. That would have been a good battle. Corey coming with some hood stuff, and you're coming with intellect. So you're debunking all his stuff with facts and intellect, as opposed to name calling and resorting to want to fight when you really didn't want to fight. Why is nobody talking about that? Why is nobody talking about the man after the situation went and threw fuel on the flames by going home talking tough, getting on podcasts talking tough, like you gonna whoop the man's ass, but when you was there, you didn't do nothing. You didn't bust a grape. Why would you go home and say what you was gonna do? When you had the opportunity, it was 2 against 1. You and your security. Security. The man has security. What you doing, bro? You got security with you. I know it's security, but I like to say security. The man has security, bro. Like what? Man, what? Matter of fact, what I would have did was had a podcast with my security. Hey, why you let that man push up on me like that? What I'm paying you for? I'm paying you to secure me, and that man was in my lap, bro. What you doing? You ain't come that way. You tried to. After you got punked, you decided to double down on the hood stuff. But you're not hood. So why are we doing that? That's why I'm just saying I'm confused by the whole interaction. Because it's like, bruh, you a millionaire. Why are you resorting to hood stuff? And if we threw this around, I hate to say it, I ain't seen you try to fight not one of the white men you've been on panels with. You've been on the news. You've been on some places that Corey never been. You place yourself in a position where you're not the same as them. You only wanted to go there to show people you black. Let's just be real. Why ain't nobody saying that? Come on, if you watch his content, if you watch all the stuff going on, the man glorifies being anti-black. He talk about, you shouldn't talk about my wife and kids, but you done did it to other people. You done talked about wives, kids, ashy, the kids this, the kids that. What you doing? But now you want to talk this defamation stuff about what somebody did to your kid? I mean, make it make sense, bro. Where's the accountability, bro? Just come out and say, you know what? He got the best of me. I try to act like somebody I'm not. So that's why I lost. I lost because I'm not a hood individual. I'm not a hood ninja. I'm a black man. And so when you bring hood stuff to me, and because I've evolved, I just didn't know what to do. My money long now, so I don't do hood things anymore. I would have respected that. I would have respected that. But when you came out and you was talking about I did this, you showing your face. Oh, look at them, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it. You brought up Detroit, but you ain't standing on business. Come on, brother. What are you doing? You did not stand on business and you brought up Detroit. Now we looking soft. Because you're a representation of them. Because you live in Detroit. You quick to tell everybody I'm from Detroit. I live in Detroit. But you ain't stand up on Detroit business. So you should have left Detroit out of that. Like, what are you doing? Let's just say what it was. If you couldn't fight, you should have just did something and let security do what they gonna do. You would have got more respect for trying to get beat up as opposed to throwing rocks and hiding your hand. That's why we so upset with you, because you acting like a little broad. You threw rocks and then try to hide your hand. The art of war, my brother. So, like I say, I don't got nothing bad against Anton Daniels. I think that, the man, I watched him, the bag chasers and, the information and his elevation. You know what I'm saying? So it's congrats on that aspect. But when you try to get your black card back because you thought maybe you lost it, 5150 and the way you handle it was not the way to get your black card back. If you thought you lost your black card. Because if you've been on CNN, why would you go on 5150? Isn't that kind of like a downgrade if you've been all the way up there talking to people of that stature? I mean, I'm just wondering. I'm just saying, once you're the president, it's like you've already elevated. So it's like Obama can't just talk to me. I can't just get access to Obama. Even though he's been the president and he's no longer the president, he's just a regular citizen just like me. I can't get access to him. But I might want to access to him to ask him questions. How do you do it? What'd you do it? What'd you do when people was thinking things against you? Did you ever have doubt? Things like that. Once you get to a certain financial status, it's like, I gotta be in those rooms. Corey wants to get in those rooms. You were a stepping stone for Corey to get into those rooms. Rooms he's not in right now. Ain't nothing wrong with him wanting to elevate. What did he tell you? This would be some good content because I think totally different than you. So let's have an intellectual conversation and let's run this bag up. That's what he told you. Let's run this bag up. You didn't want to look at it like that. I mean, come on, brother. Everything you've done after that interview was just PUSSY. I mean, your followers may not think you PSSY, but if they real with themselves, you was PUSSY. You played tough and it went wrong. You didn't know what to do. That's why you reacted the way you did. Oh, we can go outside. Going outside is a defer. You deferred from the situation. A Detroit man, as you said, I don't know why you brought up Detroit. So you brought it up like gangster. You didn't represent Detroit the way you acted. I'm sorry. You more like Saline. Not Detroit. Saline, Michigan. That's like where you should have thrown that out there. I'm from Saline. Because saying you was from Detroit was just, you should have. I'm just saying, I'm not condoning violence. I want to reiterate, Anton Daniels comes across like an intellectual man. So he should have crushed Corey Holcomb intellectually, not trying to resort to get physical. That was the wrong round. That's not your lane. So, like, comment, and subscribe. And over here at the Ransome Authority, you have the authority to think the way you want to. You have the authority to keep it real. You have the authority to take accountability for your actions. What can you do to make tomorrow better? Because yesterday's already gone. Like, comment, and subscribe.